What's up, everybody? It's Tim Stoddart, another edition of Tim Stodds TV. I have no idea which episode this is. I've called this show so many different things over the past year and a half. I don't even know what the show's called anymore. So we're going to call this Tim Stodds TV. Thank you so much for joining me. First off, thank you for all the compliments on the beard. I gotta take that back. They haven't all been compliments. Some of them have been like, hey Tim, you look like a fucking bum. You look like you're homeless. You gotta shave. I got that I look like an Amish person. I got that obviously I look like a street bum. And you know what? I don't care what any of you think. I think my beard is really cool. I'm going to a wedding this weekend in California, and I'm not gonna shave it. And I'm in the wedding, so Colin, peace and love, buddy. I can't wait to see you get married, but don't expect the beard to come off. Today, talking about some really interesting news that I found on Marketing Land. This whole week, the whole last 2 days have been really interesting on Marketing Land, especially through Facebook. Facebook is making some serious moves with their advertising and with the transition from traditional media to this online, mobile, on-demand media. Facebook obviously is like the monster in the room with advertising. They compete with Google, and they've just done a whole lot of real interesting stuff the last couple of days. First and foremost, Facebook recently signed a deal with the NFL. I'm sure if you guys have seen Trump and his crazy fucking antics recently, you know that Trump said that the NFL is like way down, and that's kind of true, but it's not really true. The NFL is still making plenty of money, but I think the NFL sees that the model that they're working with is not sustainable over the next 5 to 10 years. So Facebook bought the rights to live stream some NFL games. Facebook nor the NFL commented on it. However, Marketing Land reports that that somebody that's familiar with the situation, that was their source, so I don't really know what that means, said that essentially what happens is Facebook is buying the rights to the content, and then once they make their money back, once they make the money back that they have to pay the NFL for essentially the rights to display the content, then it's a 50-50 rev share on the ad revenue that they make through the NFL games. So look, this is big for a bunch of different reasons. One, it shows that Facebook is sort of slowly but surely making their way into being like the media provider for everything. So TV and movies and radio and sports and, you know, I'd say even probably like eventually on-demand things like boxing matches or UFC fights. All of this shit is all going to go through Facebook, and more importantly, it's going to go through your mobile device. It's going to go through your phone. We think that we've seen the world change. We haven't. Shit's just getting started. Also, I found this one to be super interesting, and just the deeper and deeper we get, the more freaked out I get about this. Facebook will target ads to people based on store visits, offline purchases, calls to businesses. So the concept of that isn't necessarily that mind-blowing. It's just the fact that Facebook actually knows the stores that you visit, the shit that you buy offline, and the businesses that you've called. I mean, you know, I get how they do it. Like if you have the Facebook app on your phone, it's always kind of running in the background, and they're able to track a lot of that data, but it's really like how on earth they keep track of all of this. I mean, you're talking like billions and billions and billions of data points for people across the entire globe, and then are able to propagate that data to more effectively be a service to their advertisers. It's just crazy. Alright, so brands will be able to create custom audience lists to anyone that Facebook has tracked as having visited a brand's location. So if you got the Facebook app on your phone and you walk into, like, I don't know, Express or any store, they'll be able to ping that IP address and retarget you that way. Custom audiences for offline events. The ability for brands to retarget people on Facebook based on how people interact with a business offline isn't necessarily new, but it's easier now. Brands have always been able to use custom audiences to target ads to people who bought something in their stores or called their offices, which, yeah, you could do that through the Power Editor on Facebook. But it was up to the brand to figure out how to do so. For example, a brand needed, essentially it's saying that the brand itself needed to collect their information, most likely their email address. Now, Facebook is automating that manual process. Last year, Facebook rolled out its offline conversions API, which can be plugged into a store's point of sale system or a brand's call center to automatically pipe the information recorded to a brand, Facebook system, blah, blah, blah. So basically, if you have a POS system in your store and you make a purchase, they're going to be able to track that. They're going to be able to put it through your mobile device and show ads to you. And finally, you guys aren't gonna believe this one. Twitter is testing doubling the length of tweets to 280 characters. Oh my God, Twitter. It's so crazy to me that Twitter, who is like completely changed the game with social media. I mean, a lot of people forget Twitter was the first one in. They really set the bar. And out of all of this time later and the huge audience they have and how they're like the only social platform that really allows you to interact with like live real-time interaction, you know, like if you're talking about the Super Bowl, you go on Twitter. If you're talking about something that just happened, the conversation is always on Twitter. And they just have not been able to be flexible enough to adjust so that they can pull fucking money from it. I mean, they got millions and millions and millions of users, and they just haven't been able to get it together. So finally, they're testing out increasing the length of their tweets to 280 characters. I mean, look, I don't run Twitter. I'm not saying that I would have done a better job, but I'm saying that I think they should have figured this out like a couple years ago. Because whatever they're doing right now, it just isn't working. So beginning today, people may start to see these twice as long tweets in their Twitter feeds, though the option to post a 280 character tweets will be limited to a small group during the testing phase. According to the company blog post published by a Twitter project manager, Eliza Rosen, and senior software engineer Ihuru Ihara, those extended tweets could include ads if members of the test group opt to run a 141 character plus tweet as a promoted tweet. All right, so I see what they're doing here. Most likely, this is just me speculating, but in order to really get that 200 character tweet, you're gonna have to probably pay for it, or you're gonna have to be like an influencer that promotes a product through your handle. It's interesting. I actually don't hate that idea, if that's what they're going for. To wrap it up, we're hoping that fewer tweets run into the character limit, which should make it easier for everyone to use Twitter. Man, Twitter's just always been such a bummer. Like, people don't understand how useful of a platform it is, and how valuable it is, and like how easy it is to network on Twitter and meet people and just real quickly shoot stuff around. But like it was just, they were never flexible enough. So I think this is a good move. Hopefully they can figure out how to make it work, but I mean, I don't know, I just don't see it ever really coming back. Alright everyone, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love I've gotten on the podcast. I'm only 9 episodes in and I'm already getting 1,000 plus downloads and listens a month. It really means a lot to me that podcast was something that was new and was like a little bit uncomfortable for me, and like I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I really appreciate the love that you guys have been giving me, so thank you so much. And keep in touch. Let me know if you need me. Hit me up, tim@stodsy.com, right down here. Talk to you next time. Peace.